War does not begin on the battlefield. It begins in silence, inside secure rooms filled with maps, data, and decisions that can change the course of history. Long before the first soldier moves and long before the first shot is fired, the United States Army plans a war with precision, patience, and purpose. This planning process is one of the most complex military systems ever created, designed to control chaos, reduce uncertainty, and achieve objectives with minimum loss and maximum effectiveness. The U.S. Army believes that winning a war starts with understanding it. Every potential conflict begins with a fundamental question: why must this war be fought? Is it to defend national security, protect allies, deter aggression, or neutralize a growing threat? Without a clear objective, even the most powerful army can fail. That is why planning always begins with defining the mission's purpose. This purpose guides every decision that follows, from intelligence collection to troop deployment. Once the objective is defined, intelligence becomes the foundation of war planning. The U.S. Army gathers information from every possible source. Satellites orbit the Earth, capturing high-resolution images of terrain, cities, and enemy movements. Drones fly silently over hostile areas, providing real-time video feeds. Cyber units monitor digital activity, tracking communications, networks, and online behavior. Human intelligence comes from sources on the ground, local contacts, allied forces, and field operatives. All of this information flows into intelligence centers, where analysts work around the clock to turn raw data into clear assessments. Inside these intelligence rooms, analysts do not just look at what the enemy is doing. They study patterns. They analyze supply routes, command structures, troop morale, and political conditions. They ask critical questions: where is the enemy strongest? Where are they vulnerable? How might they react to pressure? What are their likely next moves? The goal is not only to see the battlefield but to predict it. In modern warfare, prediction is power. As intelligence becomes clearer, the planning process moves into command and strategy rooms. These rooms are the nerve centers of military decision-making. Large digital maps display terrain in 3 dimensions. Screens show live feeds from drones and satellites. Data updates in real time as conditions change. Senior commanders, planners, and advisors gather to shape the war before it happens. Every voice matters, but every decision is guided by discipline and experience. The U.S. Army uses structured planning methods to control complexity. One of the most important principles is coordination. No modern war is fought by a single unit or even a single branch of the military. Army planners coordinate with the Air Force, Navy, Marines, intelligence agencies, and allied nations. Each force has unique capabilities, and the challenge is to synchronize them into a single, unified effort. Timing is critical. A delay in one area can affect the entire operation. Strategy is tested through simulations and war games. In these controlled environments, planners run scenarios again and again. They ask what-if questions. What if the enemy attacks first? What if weather conditions change? What if civilians are present in the target area? What if supply lines are disrupted? These simulations expose weaknesses and force planners to adapt before real lives are at risk. Mistakes made in a war game can save lives in real combat. Technology plays a central role in modern war planning. Advanced software allows planners to model entire battles, calculating movement times, supply consumption, and potential outcomes. Artificial intelligence helps analyze massive amounts of data, identifying patterns humans might miss. Secure communication systems ensure that commands can be delivered instantly and safely. Precision-guided weapons are planned down to exact coordinates, reducing collateral damage and increasing effectiveness. Technology does not replace human judgment, but it enhances it. Logistics is often called the invisible side of war, yet it is one of the most critical. An army cannot fight without food, fuel, ammunition, medical support, and maintenance. U.S. Army planners calculate logistical needs with extreme detail. They determine how supplies will move, where they will be stored, and how they will be protected. Every mile of supply route is planned. Every delay is accounted for. History has shown that armies do not usually lose because they lack courage, they lose because they lack supplies. Another key element of planning is understanding the human environment. Modern wars are often fought among civilian populations. Planners study local culture, language, social structures, and political dynamics. They consider how military actions will affect civilians and how civilians may react. Winning modern wars is not only about defeating enemies. It is also about maintaining legitimacy and stability. A single mistake can damage trust and change public perception worldwide. As plans take shape, risk assessment becomes critical. No plan is perfect, and every operation carries danger. U.S. Army planners identify potential risks and develop contingencies. If one plan fails, another is ready. Flexibility is built into every operation. Commanders understand that the battlefield is unpredictable, and the ability to adapt can decide victory or defeat. Once the plan is approved, it moves from concept to execution. Orders are issued through secure channels. Units prepare for deployment. Training intensifies, focused on mission-specific tasks. Soldiers study maps, rehearse movements, and learn the objectives. Yet even at this stage, planning does not stop. Real-time intelligence continues to flow, and plans are adjusted as new information emerges. During the operation itself, command rooms remain active. Commanders monitor progress minute by minute. If conditions change, orders change. This constant feedback loop allows the U.S. Army to respond faster than many opponents. Speed of decision-making is one of its greatest advantages. In modern warfare, the side that adapts fastest often wins. Behind every plan are people. Experienced leaders who carry the weight of responsibility. Decisions made in these rooms affect soldiers on the ground and civilians in conflict zones. That is why U.S. Army war planning emphasizes discipline, accountability, and ethics. Power without control can lead to disaster. Planning ensures that force is used with purpose and restraint. In the end, the true strength of the U.S. Army is not just its weapons or numbers. It is its ability to think, plan, and coordinate on a massive scale. War planning turns uncertainty into strategy and chaos into controlled action. It allows the Army to project power across the globe while minimizing unnecessary loss. This is how the United States Army plans a war, not in haste, not in chaos, but through intelligence, strategy, technology, and careful decision-making. Long before the battlefield is reached, the war is already understood. And in modern conflict, understanding is the first step toward victory.